views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast are the content creator's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of Essex County College. The material and information presented here is for entertainment and informative purposes only. It should not be considered as professional advice or a substitute for seeking professional guidance.
Ooh, there we go. Welcome, everybody. Let's get some music. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. What we said. Ready, set, goes. Ready, set, goes. Ready, set, goes. Ooh, we got some new things today. Stay in your lane, baby. Beep, beep, beep. What you doing over there? Come back over here. You need to be focused. But welcome, everybody, to the Stay in Your Lane podcast. You already know it's your girl, Samanta. How you guys doing today? I'm doing amazing. Thanks for asking. So today we have in the studio with us a very amazing, beautiful young lady looking all gorgeous and everything. But before we get into things, I want to make sure that you guys go and check out our previous episode that just actually released with a very amazing young man. His name is Terrell. He's a street guy, prison reformed, mindful momentum. So go and check out that interview. It's on Spotify and it's also on YouTube. Amazing gems has been dropped. You can actually take a lot from it. And also remember, if you want to actually get interview or get some gem, don't be afraid to come over. So let's get right into it. Welcome, Madison. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
Doing amazing. Thank you for actually sitting down with me today. Sitting down and we're ready to play. But how are you? I'm going to just make sure you go ahead. Let me rewind that up. So guys, Madison has been a makeup artist for over 10 years. So all my girlies out there that want to get their makeup done and everything, she's going to drop the plug. So you can always check her out. And she also do lashes, which is pretty amazing. So I'm going to let you go ahead and give them the real height of an introduction. Who's Madison?
So I'm a makeup artist and a lash tech. I've been doing makeup since 2013, and I've been doing lashes since 2018. I kind of fell in love with lashes when I moved to Atlanta. I needed a new job, and by that time I already had my cosmetology license, so it actually worked out. I don't know where I would be without makeup.
Wow. Really?
Really.
You want to know something funny? I wanted to be a makeup artist. Yeah, I remember walking, because I used to live in West New York. Mm-hmm. And I remember going to makeup schools trying to, see what's the procedure of me going in. Because I'm not a girl that wear makeup. Like, I only wear my lipstick and my eyeliner. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to know how to do makeup. Because when I'm going out, I always like to look pretty and put on my makeup. So I'm like, it's about to be that season. And it's so funny because you said you got into it in 2013. Mm-hmm. That was like around, that's when I came to America in 2013. That was around like 2015. I was like, yeah, let me go be one of the little beauty girls. But how did you get into makeup to fall in love with it?
So I used to wear it in middle school and wipe it off before I got home, so my mom couldn't see.
Are you serious?
So serious. Okay, but then prom came around. Uh-huh. I didn't know you had to book appointments at the Mac store. I didn't know you had to book appointments. I used to just go and play in makeup, and it was always, they had time. They had time to let me play in it, and when it got time to me needing a time slot, I didn't know you had to book appointments. So I ended up doing my own makeup for my graduation pictures and prom pictures. The pictures came back, and I was like, man, this looks really good. This looks as good as the people I was going to pay.
Yeah.
Like I was pretty surprised. So I started from high school.
So why did you have to wipe off the makeup before you get home?
Girl, because I wasn't supposed to be wearing it. No, this was middle school. What am I doing wearing makeup in 6th, 7th, 8th grade?
So you had a whole face?
I used to wear eyeshadow, eyeliner, lip gloss, mascara. Mascara will be the one that gets you caught up.
Okay, yes.
But yeah, no. What?
Well, because you're right, because we're talking about maybe like five, like how many years? Like, we're talking about like more than 5 years, right? Because now in the 21st century, you have these parents, they don't really care. You know, they buy the makeup and everything. I have 2 nieces. One is
in
11.
middle school, though?
One is 11 and one is 9. And they be with the makeup, and their mom just let them wear the little makeup.
Nah. No. Let a kid be a kid.
That's so true. Let a kid be a kid, but you were being grown.
Yeah, I thought I was grown.
That's happened. So I'll ask you, share your personal story of how you actually really find your lane. Because you said you're a makeup artist, right? So I know you mentioned earlier that when you moved to Atlanta is when you actually tap into that lane. Was it the scene?
Into lashes.
Oh, tap into lashes. But getting your makeup, your cosmetology license, was that right out of high school?
Yes, that was right out of high school. So I got kicked out at a young age, and I moved to New Orleans with one of my good friends at the time. And I was like, let me just go to cosmetology school. I knew I didn't want to go to college. I ended up dropping out like 2 times before that. So I wanted to go to college because it was free. I didn't want to go because I wanted to go. I just knew I had to take advantage of the opportunity because I'll be an idiot not to. So I didn't have that passion to go because I wanted a degree. I had a passion to go. No, I wanted to go because I was adopted. It was free. Why not? So that didn't happen. I ended up moving to New Orleans. While I was in New Orleans, I went to Aveda, got my cosmetology license, and Mac was right across the street from the school. So I ended up getting a job at Mac, and it's been locked in ever since.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. New Orleans. You don't even have the accent, or maybe I don't really know the New Orleans accent.
No, it wasn't. No. It wasn't that long. So I was there from 2013. Okay, 2012, because I started visiting before I graduated. I graduated in 2012, so it must have been 2012 to like 2016-ish, around there. And then I went back home for a little bit. I tried school one more time, dropped out again. So by this time, this is the 3rd time I've dropped out of college. And then I ended up moving to Atlanta. I tried to be a flight attendant, moved to Arizona.
Wow.
Yeah. So it always just came back to makeup.
It always
just the beauty field in general.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you just always, each time you try to stare out your lane, you come right back over straight into it. So you said you got kicked out of, high school or college?
Out of my home, my childhood home.
Oh, you got kicked out of your home. Were you being too bougie?
Girl, I thought I was grown. All right, so by
what
time,
age? Yeah.
All right, this is like 15 going on 16.
Okay.
So I had got my license. I got a hardship license because my parents are older. Well, my mom is older. So I knew she didn't have the time to be attentive how I wanted and needed her to be. So I ended up getting my own license. It's called a hardship license. You could get it before you turn 16. Ended up getting that. I was working at the time. I think like at McDonald's, you can get a job before you turn 16 or something. Mm-hmm. So I was working at McDonald's. I finally saved up to get a car. By this time, I had my permit, so I could get a car. And then I would just work all the time, go to school, didn't come home. Home was not a good place for me, so I didn't want to be home, you know?
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, I'm helping you with bills. I'm taking care of my bills. You're the parent. Why are you not calling me? And looking back, I should have communicated a little bit more. But at the time, I was ignorant and didn't take into consideration how I should communicate.
So you had lots of communication with your both parents, or just your mom?
It was just my mom. It was lack of communication.
And you felt like it should have been her responsibility instead of yours?
Yeah. How do you expect me to do something when you don't let me know your expectations?
As in,
elaborate. Hey, let me know when you're leaving. Let me know what time you're getting in, or you need to be home by this time. No, you can't be gone 2 days in a row. You can't be gone weeks in a row not letting me know where you're at.
Yes, that's
You know?
true. Yes.
So
you're going to feel grown. You're going to feel like you're on your own at that point.
yeah, and I felt like that very much so.
Okay, so that's some of the things that foster you to make you actually start taking responsibility, grown woman responsibility.
In my head.
In your, but outside, your mom still see you as a little kid.
Yes, but she didn't communicate that to me. I literally came home. I remember I had worked all day. It was like a double or something like that. I worked all day because I remember coming home to my bags and to everything I own in black bags. I still had my uniform on. And I was like, damn, man, I didn't have no words. You know how you just be so angry and so overwhelmed and you just had no words can come out.
So you came home from work only to see your stuff packed?
Yes. Anything that couldn't fit in my car was on the curb the next day.
And she did that because did you do something prior or something?
Just not coming home. It was, since you want to be grown.
Yeah.
Now you got to get out of my house now.
Okay.
Go figure it out.
So you were not coming home for days or weeks?
Yeah, I had a boyfriend at the time. I was working. I was going to school.
So you
Why I need to be home?
You were not 18.
Okay. Who's making me come home?
So you wasn't getting that motherly love in other way. Was
exactly. Or just the discipline to be like, you need to be here when I say so. Or I would just be the type of person to, rather than ask for permission, I'd rather hope for forgiveness. Because I'm not going to ask you. Because now it's even more disrespectful that I asked you. You didn't give me the answer that I want. And now I'm about to go do it, even though you told me not to.
That's some entitlement stuff.
I felt entitled. I'm helping you pay bills and paying my own. What do I need to ask you for?
That's your mom. She's giving you a roof over your head.
Yeah, I look at it now like that, but I didn't at the time.
You know,
and mind you, I'm adopted. She has her own kids that she's taking care of as well. So I'm just here.
Wait, I think I missed that in the beginning. So this is your adopted mom?
Yes.
What age?
I got adopted at 5.
At 5? Mm-hmm. Do you know your biological mom?
Yeah, I met her.
You met her after you become older?
Yeah, so I met her around 2018. This is as an adult now.
As an adult. So before that, she gave you up for adoption?
Yeah.
And the family that your second mom, that's what you call her?
Yeah.
Or do you address
I call
her?
her mom.
You call her mom?
Yeah.
So when did you learn that she wasn't your mom, your biological mom?
Girl, I don't look like them.
Oh my God. Wait. It's serious. Wait, what do you mean?
I don't look like my family that I lived with growing up. You could tell.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, me looking at them.
You know, that wasn't your...
Yes.
Okay.
That wasn't anything that was a secret.
Okay. For you. So they didn't need to sit you down and like let you know, listen, this is what happened. We are your parents or anything like that. It just went on.
Yeah. We just like, all right, you here now. Let's just keep it moving.
So did she treat you good?
No, if anything, she taught me how to love people unconditionally.
Okay.
And give them grace. If I didn't learn nothing else from my mom, I learned that. She's going to let you do what you want. And that's what I learned.
Okay.
All right, do what you want and find out.
Okay. So with your other siblings, did she treat you guys any different or did she treat you both equal?
Well, they needed more attention. So she's a foster parent. She took care of medically fragile children. So they need 24-hour nursing, doctor's visits. Like, you need to be there. Then she also had biological kids. One of her daughters ended up having multiple sclerosis, couldn't drive. So my mom was driving her around at the time. She had 3 kids. That daughter had 3 kids. So she's taking care of her daughter, her grandkids, you know? So me looking at that situation, you handle that. Because I'm going to handle me.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and this is you have that mentality of like
I'm going to figure it out.
At what age?
This is like 15, 16. But mind you, by this time, this is like middle school going into high school. So all of my friends were older.
Okay.
I never had friends my age. We just didn't relate. You can't relate to the things that I'm going through.
Yeah.
Our mentality is not the same.
Okay. So in that home, you felt you mentioned your mom showed you how to have unconditional love, but it seems like you didn't really feel that love within, or was it more of a respect you didn't have?
No, I felt the love because of, she did give me a roof over my head. She did make sure I had everything I needed. Christmas, school, she cooks. I learned how to cook from her. So it was just different things, not as far as like telling you I love you, giving me a hug, you know, showing up more emotionally was not there. But financially, physically, there. So that mental, emotional connection wasn't.
And I feel like as young girls growing up, especially at the tender teenage years, I think sometimes our mom, because they're providing financially, they think that's all, not realizing it's that emotional connection that actually fosters us and actually make us really understand and be really confident in certain area, because then you're going to maybe develop this kind of resentment in some sort of way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, mind you, this is the household I'm in. Like you got the short bus coming to pick up the kids because they got to go to school. So I let my environment determine my self-esteem.
Yeah.
So growing up, I had a low self-esteem, mother issues, you know, figuring out me as a person growing up.
Yeah.
So by the time I got on my own, that was me figuring it out. Getting that confidence from my accomplishments.
Yeah. And you think that by doing that, you're feeding your soul, you're doing things to make you feel better within.
Exactly.
When you know in the back burner, it's that motherly love that you kind of yearn for. That kind.
Well, I didn't know it at the time. I was rebellious. All right.
Rebellious. I mean, as a young teenager, but being rebellious kind of stem from that because you don't have parents that really make you feel solid, right?
But I felt I was solid because I made good grades. I made sure I had everything I needed. I was not getting in trouble. Like if I learned from everything around me. I knew not to be those people around me.
Okay.
Because I wanted better for myself. Like if you look at my adopter, my biological family, I'm the one that made it out.
Wow.
So.
And that's a word. You're the one that made it out. So you promised yourself you're not gonna actually fall to what's happening around you. So after you actually moved, you said you moved to.
So I'm from Houston. I moved from Houston, and the first time I ever left, I moved out of state to New Orleans, 6 hours away.
By yourself?
With my friend at the time.
Okay. You guys still friends?
No, we're not friends. I was a bad friend. Growing up, I felt like I didn't know how to be a good friend. But now I'm a great friend. But I had to learn from the mistakes. So we were not. She was a good friend. I felt like I didn't give her that friendship back. And I'll tell you what happened. We were driving from New Orleans. She didn't ask me to drive. She kept saying, "Hey, you feel like driving?" No, I don't feel like driving. Instead of, "Can you drive? I'm tired." Girl, drive. Get in the driver's seat and drive because I'm tired.
Yeah.
Instead of telling, she asked.
Okay.
And me not taking a hint, like, "Girl, no, I don't feel like driving. Why you keep asking me?" Instead of just saying,
"Can you drive?"
"Maddie, drive. I'm tired."
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. So now I'm more in tune of how people feel and more considerate of how I treat people.
Okay. So you didn't have empathy. You were selfish.
Girl, I didn't have none of that. It was me.
What's your sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Aquarius? Which month is that? Is that September?
No, February.
February
11th.
Oh, you're the daughter of Oh, the 11th. So that's
Border
after.
of Capricorn and Pisces.
Yeah, because you saying that remind me of my ex-best friend that drove from Houston to here.
Oh, okay.
We fell out this year because it's
It
all about
happens.
her,
It happens.
and everything. But I'm happy you actually realized you wasn't a good friend. But you not being a good friend, did the friendship just end with you guys driving to Houston like that?
I honestly don't remember what happened. I think it's just the trauma of the time. Yeah, I don't really remember what happened, but I do know that I played a part in the friendship not sustaining.
Okay. And is it that something that you regret now that you're older? Is it a few years back?
I mean, people grow apart, so
Yeah.
if I can't remember what happened, then
That's it.
yeah.
You're grown now. So you developing your identity. So would you say Houston is where you develop your identity?
No.
No, not Houston. New Orleans?
New Orleans is where the passion for makeup cultivated.
Okay.
So there I started taking clients. I started learning about beauty. I started getting into how to do things legally. That is where it started for real.
Legally?
Yeah, mind you, I'm 16. I've been doing things illegally for a minute now.
Okay. All right. In better terms. Okay. Because you were underage, so you were doing things that you're not supposed to. No, you're legal. So you can actually do the things that you want to do. Mm-hmm. All right. So in New Orleans, that's when you said you started finding your identity and doing things legally.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you went and got your cosmetology license.
Yes.
Started working at MAC.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you wanting to go into switch lane and go and being a flight attendant?
I honestly can't even tell you. I think I just applied and got the job. I wanted to travel and take cute pictures, but being a servant and helping others, that's where I went wrong at. I ended up cussing somebody out. I was like, F you, F you.
What?
That did not last long. I think I was there maybe like 6 to 8 months, something like that. Yeah.
So you end up getting the job down there in Arizona?
I did. I got the job.
Which plane? Which airline were you working with?
It was Mesa. So Mesa is partnered with United.
Okay.
So I don't even know if the company still exists anymore, but that was it.
So you end up get your uniform and everything. You were on planes.
Yeah. Oh, actually, not even months. 6 to 8 weeks. Didn't even get my uniform.
Training. Yeah, you have to go through some training first.
Yeah.
At least you reached far. I remember applying after COVID for flight attendants. You have to go. Did you do a 3-round interview?
It was a bunch of interviews. I got it. I got the job. It was me and my patience.
Okay.
And my attitude that got me fired.
Wow. At least you actually, your foot entering it. I didn't even get back a call back in the 4.
Nah, so I got the job. I ended up staying there for a little bit after. I was like, nah, it's too hot here. What am I doing here?
It's too hot. Okay, it's Arizona.
Yeah. Let me get out of here.
So is it the heat that fostered you to actually have that attitude, or you were just so rebellious?
No, I don't take direction well. I don't want to listen. I don't want you to talk to me any kind of way because you feel entitled to treat me any kind of way because you're paying hundreds of dollars for a ticket.
Okay.
Or my peers at the time, I just didn't get along with them. And then just going through the trainings, like we did do trainings, we did do like little flights, and it's just like it wasn't my thing.
It was. You realize that's not the lane that you want to go.
No, I don't want to ask you. What kind of drink would you like? I don't want to ask you, hey, how are you doing today? Follow this way. No.
So you just like the aesthetic of it.
I went in for the wrong reasons. Just like I tried college for the wrong reasons. I tried this job for the wrong reasons, and it wasn't for me.
It didn't work out. So after you realized that it didn't work out for you, that's when you moved to Atlanta?
No, this is when I went back home for a few.
You end up going back home to your mom?
Yeah. So my sister ended up having a baby. So this is my biological sister. Both of us got adopted. So I'm like, this is my niece. This is my only living bloodline at the time. I'm going to help take care of her. So I stayed there for a while. Was there maybe like 2 or 3 years. Then I moved to Atlanta. I was like, yeah, I'm miserable here. I didn't have kids for a reason. And her dad was there. So it was my sister, my niece's dad. They were taking care of my niece at the time. And so I left. I went to Atlanta.
And that's when you tapped back into your passion?
Yeah, I didn't have my resume updated at the time. So mind you, Mac has this position where you can freelance. So you don't have to have a steady schedule. You can pick up hours when you need to. As long as you work for the company, you can pick them up anywhere. So I knew I could work anywhere I wanted to. So by the time I got to Houston, I worked in First Colony in the Galleria. Those are just major stores in the mall. I mean, Mac stores in the Galleria in the mall. So I picked up some hours there. So I did have a job. And then I went to Atlanta. But by this time, my resume wasn't updated. I just had Mac on there. And I wanted to apply for Amazing Lash. This was the job I wanted to apply for. But I didn't feel like updating my resume. So they ended up having a trade show. I went to Atlanta for an international makeup artist trade show. And the Amazing Lash booth was there. I was like, man, I know y'all hiring because I seen it online. Where y'all manager at? So she was like, I asked her, I'm looking for a job. What do y'all need from me? So mind you, I'm licensed already. So that's getting me in the door. She's like, well, can you start Monday? Yes, I can. I'm about to move here. And I started that Monday. It was like a Friday or Saturday, and I started that Monday.
And from there, everything just took off?
I ended up becoming a master stylist where you have to pay extra to book with me. And my name is on like a little placard when you walk in the building. And then I ended up becoming a trainer.
So how did you cultivate the lash lane?
I'm creative. I'm very into details. And it's just something I picked up. They train you when you get there, but you have to be licensed first.
Okay.
So I didn't have any intention of being a lash artist when I went to cosmetology school. I thought I was going to do hair and makeup.
That's it.
Yeah.
So being in Atlanta, I assume you moved to Atlanta by yourself?
Yeah, this was by myself.
So is that where you started that's where you started becoming grown, like more
Yeah, now I'm making more money.
Responsible and not you drop in the little attitude and start.
Yeah, now I got to get it together. This is where I started doing more freelance work as a makeup artist. I started working with real photographers that have their own brand, that have their own studio, that are published, that are well known in the area. That is where it started in Atlanta.
So during those time in Atlanta, did you still keep the relationship with your mom?
We don't talk. We don't talk often. I never even asked her to move back in. I was like, I'm about to come help take care of my niece. You need help.
That's it?
Yeah, it was it.
Why is that so? Do you have resentment, or you just doesn't have the full respect?
Both. If you're not calling me and ask me how I'm doing before you ask her something, I don't want to talk to you.
So she would just call you and just ask you for money?
Okay, let me give you an example. So my birthday is in February, right? She called me maybe like the end of the month, and we had been on the phone maybe like 45 minutes. And she's like, oh, how are you doing? I said, well, I thought you was calling to tell me happy birthday.
Wow.
Exactly. So, I don't know. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm going to call and check on you, and it's cool. Now she's calling me more. She'll say she'll miss me, just checking in and see how I'm doing. But when I call her, it's never any good news. It's always somebody doing something. Her body hurt. She don't feel good. People not treating her right. She's older. So I am not taking on that responsibility of everything she's going through when she has kids older than me.
Yeah.
Where are your kids at?
Yeah. They moved out?
That's a whole nother story for a different day.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they're not there for her, in other words.
Not in the way that she needs them to be.
Okay, so she's looking for you now.
No, she's not looking for me for anything. She's just, I'm here.
So do you think she's trying to foster about the relationship that she didn't have with you when you were younger?
No.
No?
No, that time has gone. I have to forgive her and forgive myself.
Yeah, I think in order for you to move on, because I don't know what struggles she may face, why she had that type of, I would say, communication. Because I think with me also, like I'm listening to your stories, like with me also, I had that resentment towards my mom, and my mom was an amazing mom. She makes sure I go to school. She makes sure I have food over my head and every single thing. But it was a lack of emotional support because she wasn't there. So that's one of the things that fostered me to keep a lot of things within myself and deal with things by myself and go out there and doing things on my own. And I think now that I'm grown and I've went to therapy for the first time, that was the first thing that I actually talk about to get off my chest was my mom, because I had this kind of like, she wasn't there for me in that type of way. Because now that I'm old and I'm going through certain things and I'm like, I wish my mom did let me know how to handle this type of situation, or I wish I had that motherly love different from materialistic stuff or financial stuff. But my therapist told me something that sometimes we just have to give them grace, because maybe it's the way how they were brought up, and to them they're thinking that they're doing great things, they're doing good by making sure that you have food, making sure that you have materialistic things. In that way they think it's a good thing, but they did not get that emotional support and know how to actually foster that into their child. And that's where we really have to like have understanding. So I don't know your mom kind of background and stuff, but I could tell you have some kind of resentment towards her. And I think for you to get her over that hurdle is for you forgiving her and understanding that's her path of what she chooses for you to be free. You just maybe have to start, maybe forgive yourself too.
I'm working on it. I am working on it. I know her kicking me out was good. It was for the better. Because I don't know where I would be if I was still there.
Yeah. So do you still hold on to that with her kicking you out?
Nah, this is not a place I want to go. Houston will never be home.
No.
So
maybe she closed that door and a new one open, and look at the woman that you have become. You're understanding yourself of that. So I have a question for you. What strategies help you to maintain your unique voice and perspective?
Define voice.
Like with you now structuring and understanding the things that you have done prior, with your attitude, you have lack of patience. Now you're stepping into your grown woman sense of having empathy for other, for maybe having a voice. So what strategy allow you to stay firm within your lane of business?
I would say my mentors and my friends. So I have had some really great friends. I've had a really great partnerships. I've had people I can learn from around me. So learning from those people helped me form my identity. And just knowing right from wrong. I just know where I want to be and I'm not letting up.
Okay.
So as far as my voice, I kind of figured that out with doing makeup. I know that I have a purpose. I know that I am fulfilled when I do this. I know I'm good at this.
Okay.
So everyone I touch is literally a canvas.
Mm-hmm.
Out of everyone that does makeup, you decided to book with me. I appreciate you. So that just has helped me become more grateful and grounded in my craft.
That's great. So what's your biggest challenge that you faced?
Starting over. Multiple times.
Wow.
Yes. Just, I would say starting over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And starting over by moving to different states, or starting over by drifting out of your lane and coming back in it? Different. What do you mean?
Both. Starting over with a home, starting over with my clients, starting over with building new friendships, meeting new people, and letting people in. I still struggle with letting people in.
Yeah.
So I would just say starting over in general, having multiple clients a day to none because you just moved to a new space.
Mm-hmm.
Having somebody you can talk to and see every day to being alone days at a time because you're in a new space.
Mm-hmm.
Starting school for a new time once again.
Oh, wait, I think that I was going to leave that for the last, but we're going to touch on that. Yes, because you got to tell me about that.
About school. School has been great.
Well, you said, yeah, I like how you put it again, because you have stopped going to school so many times. You have started and then stop. And now you're back again into school.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just move to New Jersey?
So I moved to New Jersey maybe, it's going on 2 years ago. I moved here in 2022. This is 2024? 2023. Well, it's been 2 years, so I'm going to say 2 years maybe.
We're in 24, so you moved in 2022?
Mm-hmm. Yep, 2022. I got here in 2022.
And
February 2022.
And that's moving from Atlanta to over here, right?
Yes.
What's the difference? Because it's totally different.
So I ended up...
What's the shock?
The shock was... I moved here for a school. I moved here to go to a makeup school, makeup designery. So this is just, instead of traditional beauty makeup, this is special effects, this is prosthetics, this is latex, this is TV and film makeup. I feel like that was the next step that I needed to take as far as my makeup career. 2 days after I got here, the school closed. So
closed down?
Yeah, closed down. Sent me my money back and everything. So that was a shock. But I knew if I didn't do anything else, I knew how to do makeup.
Okay.
So I found a spot to rent with no clients because I knew I had to have somewhere to work.
Yeah.
And that happened for about a year and a half. Yeah, because now it's September. And I'm like, man, I need to do something. I'm getting tired of trying to figure out how many clients do I need to pay my bills. I'm tired of the instability of not having a steady check. Yeah. And it's becoming a burden, and I'm losing my happiness because I'm more worried about funds.
Yeah.
So I'd rather get a degree, get a corporate job, use that to fund my business. So that way it'll be on my own terms again.
Okay. So that's what fostered you to that's what pushed you to
come up here, come to New Jersey, New York.
So you were living in a different part of New Jersey when you first moved here?
Mm-mm. No, the plan was just to move to New York.
To New York?
Right.
Okay, for the school?
Yes.
And then you decide to come over here to Jersey. How did you end up coming to Essex County?
So I have a best friend. We both do makeup. We met in Atlanta, and she's from Jersey. She's from Irvington, New Jersey. And
shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Yes.
And I remember, you can't apply. You're not eligible for financial aid until you lived here a year.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So by this time, I had just been working, getting my clients, and I'm like, let me go to school. And it was just something that I thought about because nothing else I felt was in reach besides Essex.
Okay.
Like it's a school that I pass by every day. What's over there? What y'all got over there? Let me figure it out.
And what's your major?
Cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity?
Mm-hmm.
Look at you. How you went from all in the entertainment to cybersecurity?
So again, I want to get paid and travel. So a goal of mine is to work remotely on vacation.
Okay.
I want paid vacations. I want 401ks. I want to not have to make sure I got to pay all my bills and have some after when I'm not working. You know, I want to have paid sick days.
Wait, did you change major? Because I remember when we first met, it was biology.
No, it was never biology.
So how did biology come
up?
It's
always been cybersecurity.
It's always been cybersecurity. Mm-hmm. It's so funny because when I first came here, I wanted to do software development. So I don't know if you know, they had a program, software development, the same thing, because I wanted to know to do coding and everything like that. And I'm like, I came here, applied for it and everything online. But when I came here, it was closed. They didn't have enough students. And I'm surprised you don't know Professor Leroy, because he's the one that's responsible for that course. He was trying to steer me into that direction, and it was an headache.
No.
And so I wish you luck in it. It's a very great field, a very broad field, and technology is needed. You're able to work at home, of course, anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, just getting into a corporate setting is, I'm looking forward to that. It'll be exciting and something new, something I've never done before.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that.
All right. So what lesson you have learned from your failures and setbacks?
To keep going, don't give up, invest in yourself. Just stay grounded, be grounded in who you are.
Yeah.
And be willing to learn from your past.
That's good. I love that you have that type of mindset. So how do you actually handle criticism currently now in feedback? Because earlier in our conversation, you didn't.
I didn't. No, you can't tell me what to do. I don't want to listen to you. Mm-hmm. But now I am more accepting of it. Please give me some constructive criticism. But I will say, if I do not want to be where you are, I'm not going to listen to you. So if you are not a person that I like, if you do not have skills that I admire, traits that I want to have, something I can learn from, I will have a hard time listening to you.
I like that you say that. It brings me to my next question. What's the importance of self-care in staying focused? That's self-awareness.
That's something I still struggle with, self-care, because I work so much. But your body will tell you. You will start to get sick. You won't feel good. You won't be happy. You will be tired of you. Mm-hmm. You will be tired of everything. And there is nobody that can make you happy except for yourself. So you have to figure out and do the work and really dig deep. You have to ask yourself those questions. Why do I feel the way I feel? And what am I feeling? At first, I didn't know my feelings. I wasn't willing to get that vulnerable with myself to figure it out. It was always an escape somewhere. So,
guys, it's the first. Oh, wow. We're over so usually we record for 30 minutes, but this conversation has been so good. And I really appreciate you sitting down, Madison, and even actually, sharing certain things about you, from your childhood growing up. I would love to actually do a part 2 with you to even go into more and talk more about stuff, because I think you have a lot to share. And I could sense that you're in more of a more vulnerable stage of awareness of yourself, in making sure that you're mindful, in making sure that the things that maybe the burden that you had before, in being that little, I can't really, what's the word? Let me use a better term. Yes, I use a better term. You're more of I could tell, maybe calmer, more mindful, as I will put it. But I like your energy, and I like your aurora, and I like that you're actually prioritizing self-care, which is good. And right now, with you coming back into school, we have a lot of young girls that is in school right now, and many of them may, the mistake that you have made in the past, being catty and just not listening to others and just doing your own thing, I think you have a voice that could actually help them. You understand? They can actually learn a lot from your story, and even, gain a lot from it, and maybe not making those same mistakes. They said mistakes is your roadmap to wisdom, right? Mm-hmm. That's your journey of that, and I'm happy you're actually owning it and you're in a better place. So to close out, I have a few questions, but I would like to ask you in round 2. But I'd love to ask you this: what's a quote that actually keep you focused?
A code?
Yeah, a quote that actually keep you focused.
Divine code. A code that keeps me focused. A quote?
Yeah, or a memorandum. Something like, for example, for me, it's never let the world change your smile. Let your smile change the world. So no matter what I'm going through, I always know that whenever I start over, I may start unknown, but I'm going to finish unforgettable.
I can't say that I have one. I pray to God for guidance, for strength, for peace, for awareness, for discipline, for happiness. I just pray.
So that's your goal. It's right there. God leading your way, making everything possible and fruitful. So I do Bible study. I think that's the part of when we get into that spiritual of knowing ourselves. I do Bible study every Sunday. And I have my Bible in my bag. I need to know which, I think it's from Matthew. But it's something that stuck with me where he said, seek the kingdom and everything that you want will be gifted to you. You know, sometimes we seek things and just leave God out of it. Oh, I want more money. Oh, I want this job. I want to be better. But okay, what are you given? So God can actually bless you.
Yes, another reason I went back to school.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna sidetrack, but
yes,
yeah.
So it's like, what are you given of that? So any final words of wisdom for the listeners?
You are beautiful. You are smart. You can do anything you put your mind to. I'm gonna end with that.
That's powerful. You are beautiful. You are amazing. And remember, you can do anything that you put your mind to. I want to say thank you so much again, Madison, for actually coming in here and sitting down with me today. This is the longest interview I think I've had, because usually I always cut it off after like 30 minutes. The most I will go is maybe over 33 or 34 minutes. But this conversation has really been very fruitful, and I'm definitely going to have a part 2 with you, because there's so much that I want to know. There's so much jam, so much gold, so much to you, and I love it and stuff. So I want to say thank you. So as usual, I want to leave you guys with a quote, right? The biggest breakthrough often come after the biggest frustration. So just keep pushing, you understand? Just know that you may be in a dark place. You may feel stuck. Just get on your knees and pray, lay it in God's hand, and just know that he will make a way. But you have to actually want to make a way for yourself first. You understand? You can't just expect, okay, God is going to give, and you're not giving anything. So don't let the devil win. Don't let your obstacles stop you. Just know that there's always light at the tunnel, and you can always just go through it, okay? So a strong mindset isn't a sign of a perfect life. It's a sign of bravery and determination. So just know that you got this. So never let the world change your smile. Let your smile change your world. It's very dark out. There's a cold world. Bundle up. But just know that God loves you. He's your protector.
Amen.
Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. What you doing over there? Come back over right here. I like this. It's very nice. But thank you so much for actually listening to me, guys. I will see you guys in the next episode next week. Stay beautiful, stay sweet. Remember, if you want to come over here, be a part of the podcast, come to the Dasher, ask for Joe or ask for Samantha. I'm here. And also, if you want to actually join and be a podcaster, let me know. I'm the president. Or if you want to be a part of the business club, I'm the vice president. Let's go. Let's get it. Ready, set, goals. We're going to get this degree, right, Madison? You're not dropping out, right?
No, I'm not.
You better not. Thank you so very much. All right. So as usual, stay beautiful, stay sweet, and I'm out. Bye.
This has been a production of the Essex County College Podcast Club. Copyright 2024, all rights reserved.